Hey everybody, Chrissy Tobis here for Kindred Stamps, and today I'm going to show you how to make some cards mass production style. So lots of times for some of our cards, I know that we need a bunch of the same or very similar things done. So I'm going to show you basically how I do mass production. So I've found that this really comes in handy if I'm doing, say, like invitations, thank you cards, even Christmas cards or any other type of like holiday cards. So I will be honest, you don't need to have it, but I have found that using a stamping tool like this one definitely makes it easy for the simple fact that I already have the stamps aligned and ready to go, and I just have to ink them up and then drop in another piece of cardstock. You can definitely do it with a stamping block. You just have to align it a little bit, make sure you have it in the right position. So if you have a large acrylic block or if you have multiple acrylic blocks, what you can do is put all your stamps on one block, or maybe just have one on one and one on the other, and then stamp them at the same time. So you can see with this though, I'm stamping each of these twice, which is another good reason to have one of these stamping tools, just for that reason. So if you don't get a really good solid impression the first time around, you can go ahead and stamp it again without anything moving. And here I noticed, oops, inky fingers. I got some ink on the front there, so I just flipped it over to the back. So I'm doing 4 cards for this video. Honestly, I probably could have done a good like 10 of them if I wanted to, because it does go fairly fast. But like I said, so if you don't have the stamping tool, definitely align them on an acrylic block, or you can just, let's say you have a small block and a big block, just pay attention to what you're doing and then stamp, 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 next card, stamp, 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 stamp. So the next thing I did off camera, I actually stamped this cute little guy. I should mention I'm using the Never Grow Up set. I stamped him on a piece of masking paper and then trimmed him out. So now I covered him up because I'm going to stencil, but I don't want that stenciled ink to be on my actual stamped image. So by masking him, I'm basically protecting him from getting any ink. So you can see I actually end up using tweezers, I think, to kind of peel it off to make it easier. Here, you just peel it off and then you can keep reusing it. So if you don't have any of the masking paper, no worries, you can use a Post-it note, or if you have any other piece of, I'd say like a paperweight paper, so like typing paper, anything like that, and you can put like repositionable spray on the back, do that. And then you probably saw me spray something on my stencil. That's just some repositionable spray to hold my stencil in place. I find it very, very easy to do that, especially when I'm doing mass production, for the simple fact that I don't have to keep taping and retaping to my stencil. I just have it sprayed and it's tacky enough that I might have to respray here and there if it starts losing its tack. For the most part, I just pull off the stencil, go ahead and do the next one. Pull off the stencil, go ahead and do the next one. So now I'm going to color. So when I color, I kind of do everything at once. You can see I'm starting with the feather. I did all the red first. Now I'm going to do all the brown in the shoes. Then I'm going to continue on. So I try to do the same thing on each card. So that way I'm not switching out markers constantly. Try to get everything done in one color and then move on to the next color. It's like here, I'm doing all the green. I did all the brown, then I'll do the hair, then I'll do the flesh. So just do everything assembly line style. That'll go nice and fast. Now I'm just using alcohol markers. If you don't have alcohol markers, feel free to use colored pencils, whatever markers you have, whatever medium that you want to use, you can use. Just for this particular video, I thought that these would be kind of fun because they are kind of bright and vibrant, and I thought it was just a good way to show for mass production. So you can see, I'm just going to keep going through here. I'm going to do the hair now. And it's not like I just do everything one-dimensional. I'm still adding all my details for his hair, the shadows and stuff like that, but I'm just doing it over and over again, basically all at the same time. So that way, once I'm done with one color, I can just put it aside, be done with it, and move on to the next one. And it does seem to go faster instead of coloring in each guy, going back, starting from scratch, this and that. Of course, you want all of your cards to look absolutely fabulous, but mass production is also about getting a bunch of stuff done in a small amount of time. So keep that in mind too. Keep them fairly simple. You don't want to make something super elaborate with a ton of different steps if you're going to need to be making, 10, 20, 50 cards, whatever it might be. So, let's say you're making invitations to someone's wedding. definitely make it beautiful and elegant, but at the same time, don't go overboard and make it insanely elaborate and, make everything difficult. So keep that in mind. Mass production, keep it simple, add that extra little pop. Like here, I'm adding a little bit of sparkle, but make sure it's easy for you to do if you're making a ton of cards. So here I'm just finishing up the card with that little bit of sparkle, and then we're done. So this would have been easy. I only made 4. It would have been easy to make 20 if I wanted to. So thanks so much for stopping by today. Have a great day.